Hey everybody, and welcome to Boyz Houze Take the Floor. I hope you had a good week. What did you do for the weekend? What did I do for the weekend? I have been watching Genius, Aretha, the last few days, which is about Aretha Franklin's story. Really good show. It's on Hulu. Check it out. I think there's 1 or 2 episodes left. It's a short, mini series, but it's really good. It's a little bit dark, but it's definitely good. It's my kind of show. Check it out. Genius Aretha on Hulu. So the last few days, what everybody's talking about is more gun violence in America. It's almost not even shocking at this point. You wake up in the morning, you look at your phone in the afternoon, you're interrupted during dinner to yet another mass shooting, so it's not shocking at this point. And of course now the conversation is the Second Amendment, gun control, more background checks, and then you get that they're trying to take our guns away. Those people. First off, let me say there is absolutely no reason for hunting or sport that essentially war weapons are on the street and are allowed to even be sold. Any sort of automatic weapon at this point. What do you exactly need that for? It's shooting multiple bullets per second. What do you need that for? To hunt what? People are in the grocery store shopping for food and being shot at. For what? Second, who is this they that we keep hearing about? They are trying to take our guns away. I had over the last week 3 separate people come to my house, and each one started the conversation that we had the same exact way. 3 separate people, same conversation, 3 separate times. Do you hear what they're doing to Dr. Seuss? Who is this they? There's no they. Let me explain to you, people who seem to be confused out there, what actually happened with Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss, which is an author with multiple books, owned by a publishing company, made the decision to pull books that they thought were outdated or didn't represent their brand well off the shelves. Or maybe change the illustration in those books. They made those choices for their own company, for their own product. They looked at their books and made that decision for themselves. Just like with Pepe Le Pew. I keep hearing about they tried to cancel Pepe Le Pew. Warner Brothers and Fox had already made that decision. It takes a long time to make a movie. They had already decided Pepe Le Pew, a problematic character. They chose to remove him from the Space Jam movie when they were already getting together to film it years ago. No, they came and said Pepe Le Pew needs to be canceled. They made that decision for themselves. The only thing I could tie it to, or try to maybe use as a metaphor that maybe some of you could understand, every day Facebook updates me memories of posts of past years, sometimes 10, 12 years ago. And a lot of times what I do when I see these memories is delete them. Because I've said a lot of dumb things in my past. When I was younger, when I was stupid, when I was less educated, or when I was just, angry, we say some dumb things. Now imagine you're a writer. And when you were young and stupid, you wrote some dumb books. Maybe when you grow up and you realize how young and dumb and stupid you were, you make the decision to, no longer offer people the option to see those books and you to be perceived that way. Just like I delete those comments and those statuses pop up every day on Facebook. Just like people breaking up with their ex-girlfriend and boyfriend, deleting pictures off of all their social media as if we don't know that it happened. Immature and petty, But no one made them do it. There is no they that came and made them do any of this. Now, it was a little different with Aunt Jemima. Now, with Aunt Jemima, people said, hey, you're depicting literally a slave on your packaging. So yeah, there was a they then. And that was a collective change that a lot of people agreed with. If you don't agree with it, I don't know why it even affects your life. However, what they changed it to, not much better. I feel like a day after our show uploaded last week, or maybe it was 2 days after, the big story was Joe Biden tripped up the stairs trying to get onto Air Force One. First off, I watched the video multiple times. He didn't trip. You can see that the 70-something-year-old man's knee gave out. Some sort of issue. Why he didn't stop, I don't know, but I assume in his head he was like, come on, Joe, Trump's watching. And instead of just stopping, he tried to get up the stairs. His knee gave out again, and he still kept trying to go up the stairs. My question is, why are we making this man walk up all these steps? I, specifically, in every house we've lived in so far, made sure that my room is on the first floor. Now, steps isn't always the main reason, but it's definitely a big reason. I don't want to have to work 8, 10, 12 hours, and the president is working almost, 22 hours plus a day, and then come home and have to walk upstairs to get to my bedroom. Why are we expecting this man to walk upstairs almost every day to get on this airplane? I wouldn't want to walk up these steps in my 30s. I wouldn't want to walk up these steps in my 40s or 50s, let alone in my 70s. And we expect this man to walk up these steps every day? Or any president to walk up these steps every day? Yes, steps are not a difficult thing to maneuver. But why are we expecting any president to walk up all these steps every day to get... You know how high a plane is? Do you know how high you have to go in the sky to get onto a plane? A plane. I think if anything, maybe this should just start the discussion of maybe we need some sort of lift or elevator to get the president onto Air Force One moving forward. Because if I was the president, I'm not walking up those stairs every day. I'm not doing it. Someone can carry me. And I am much younger than Joe Biden. And I don't, again, know why he didn't just stop when his knee gave out the first time. You're old. We forgive you, Joe. The other big story I heard, I think yesterday or the day before, is General Motors announced that they are planning to stop all production of gas vehicles and moving to full electric, and their goal is to do that by 2035. See, this is what's going to have to happen in order for people to get on board with electric, with solar, with anything other than gas, because everyone, in this country, and for some reason on this planet, seems to move in an anti-human way, which is to evolve. We seem to want to live in the past, and oil seems to be something that we just can't get away from. But when the big companies who actually make the cars actually make the decision that, hey, we're moving to electric, maybe this will help ease this conversation, ease this transition. I don't know why we have a strange way of thinking on this planet. We're humans, we live here, we need air, we need food, we need animals who are healthy to eat in order to live. And we contaminate our air, contaminate our water, and basically kill all the animals. We're very not smart. Actually, shortly before we taped this, a scientist is saying, after years of research, that apparently the process we use to make plastics is creating something called phthalates that is actually causing infant babies' penises to shrink. So this is something that multiple people, huge public figures, major icons have been talking about for the last 35 years. We need to do something about our environment. And many people will remember that I found it comical during the pandemic that just a year earlier, there was a lot of talk about we maybe can't fly as much in planes because it's polluting the air, and we might have to stop using as much gas in cars. And everybody said, we can't not fly on planes. We can't just not drive our cars. Industries will die. What will people do? And because of coronavirus, and because of the stay-at-home order, we were forced not to fly on planes and not to drive our cars. And in only 2 months, the air was cleaner. You walked outside and you felt like it was different. And yet, before that, it was an impossible thing to even think about us doing. But maybe now, the rich people, the elite who run this country and the world, knowing now that pollution might also be shrinking their penises, and with the energy they've been giving out, I don't think they need any more shrinkage. Maybe now they'll do something about the earth in which we all live on, which I don't know why seems to be a very low priority on the list of things to fix here on the world. That's all I got for you guys. I kind of ran much longer than I should have, and I'm kind of exhausted with my little rant here. The Masked Singer on tonight. Make sure you're watching it. I forgot to tell you guys, if you don't watch it on Fox on Wednesdays, you can also watch it the next day on Hulu. It is one of the most hilarious and entertaining shows. It's a big hit in the Boyz Houze. We have a bunch of like cult type shows and movies, and Masked Singer is definitely one of them. I didn't talk about it last week only because I was a little bit annoyed with the Masked Singer. That first episode was a little strange. And if you all saw who got voted off the first episode, it was a little like, come on. First off, this is not why I come to watch The Masked Singer. Second off, the voice that you sang in could have been anyone's voice. Come on, Masked Singer. I get it, it's game changer season, but I don't need the game change that much. Anyway, guys, make sure you're subscribing. I know we say it all the time. Click that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are on so that you know when we're uploading. Make sure you're liking us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. And again, boyzhouse.com if you have any other questions. Up next, Tommy K and Jesse are going to take on all things superheroes, TV shows, Netflix, Hulu, and it's always entertaining. So stay here. We'll be right back.